Before Pixel, very few people outside Google and academic research had ever heard the term computational photography, much less applied it to smartphone cameras. With Pixel 7 and Google Tensor G2, we continue to lead in computational photography with a powerful set of features that help you take accurate images for every skin tone, fix your photos, film high-quality videos, and snap great pictures from up close or far away. Let's start with inclusivity. It's absolutely critical that Pixel 7's improved photo quality extends to everybody. People with darker skin tones are rendered unnaturally when photographed by most cameras. So last year, we introduced Real Tone to make our camera and image products work more equitably for people of color. And we continue to partner with image experts, both in the US and around the world, to help evaluate our Pixel camera and make sure skin tones are represented beautifully and accurately. Over the past year, we've added more than 10,000 images to the datasets used to tune Pixel's camera. Through that work, we've tuned exposure and brightness to better represent darker skin tones in low light situations, ensuring everyone looks great in those beautiful night side shots on Pixel 7. We've also partnered with a community of BIPOC and non-Western photographers, editors, and visual producers from Diversify Photo to evaluate how we are delivering improvements to Real Tone. And with these updates, we are proud to say Pixel is still the most inclusive camera. Pixel 7 also improves the accessibility of Pixel's camera. Finding that perfect angle for a selfie can be particularly challenging for blind and low vision users. Pixel 7 can solve that with our new guided frame. Here it is in action.
One face. Move your phone slightly left and down. Move your phone slightly right and up. Ready for selfie. 3, 2, 1. Photo taken. One face.
Oh my God, I love this.
Move your phone right and up. Ready for selfie.
Wait, I want to get my
face.
light.
Photo taken.
This is so cool. My name is Molly Burke. I'm a social media content creator and motivational speaker who happens to be blind. So often, I find accessibility is focused on making sure disabled people can do the bare minimum to get by. It's important that accessibility not just focus on designing things to make disabled people function, but also empower them to have fun in life again.
I'm Lincoln Wang. I'm one of the original creators of Guided Frame. Guided Frame is a smart selfie feature that helps blind and low vision users to take a beautiful selfie.
1. Photo taken.
Selfie to me and to many blind users, I think, is a way they express themselves.
For so long, I couldn't take selfies because I could never frame it correctly. I would try to show a friend a new t-shirt that I got, and I'd be like, look at how cute this top is, and I'd text her a selfie, and she'd be like, yeah, I can't see it at all.
In Google, we strive to make our technology and product accessible for everyone to use. So it's super important for us to develop a camera experience that's inclusive.
Photo taken.
We constantly checking in with our blind and low vision users because their feedback help make our product much better.
My mom is an incredible photographer, but I don't want to always have to rely on my mom to take my photos. That's one of those basic everyday things that gives you that independence that we as disabled people crave.
With the added accessibility of Guided Frame and the inclusivity and accuracy of Real Tone, we are continuing our ongoing mission to build a more equitable experience across our camera. Now, here's a problem that stretches back to the earliest days of photography: blurry photos. It's very easy to blame the camera for a blurry shot, but cameras have always struggled to get a clear photo, especially when your kids won't hold still or when there's not enough light in the room at a party. Pixel 7 and Tensor G2 can fix that. So it's easier than ever to take crisper, sharper images, no matter how challenging the scene might be. For instance, with Tensor G2's new ML denoiser, night sight is now twice as fast, reducing unwanted motion blur and producing beautiful low-light images with the same amount of clarity. Of course, we all know blurriness doesn't happen just at night. Even during the day, if your hand or your kids are moving too much or your focus isn't perfect, you'll get blurry images. Pixel 7 fixes that by automatically fusing images from the ultra-wide and main cameras together to help ensure faces are clear. Tensor G2 goes even further, using a cutting-edge machine learning approach to remove even more blur in even more photos, so your images are incredibly sharp. Now, most of us have a large collection of old photos, but you might have taken them on a phone or a camera that doesn't quite match the quality of a Pixel phone. And that's perfectly fine, because Pixel 7 can help fix those photos for you with a brand new feature called Photo Unblur, which is only available with Google Photos on Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro. Photo Unblur uses Tensor G2's machine learning capabilities to remove blur and visual noise from entire images. So now, with just a few taps, you can relive the moment as clearly as you remember it. And you can touch up those old photos with Magic Eraser to quickly and easily remove distractions. So all your photos are as good as you want them to be, no matter how old they are. One of my colleagues has been using Pixel to make photos of his children, which he has taken over the years, much better. Let's take a look. Now we're all capturing more and more of our lives through video. Pixel 7 brings big improvements to the video camera, so you can create stunning videos you'll want to share. For example, we're introducing cinematic blur to the Pixel camera. With Tensor G2, Pixel 7 can generate very high quality depth information at low power and low latency. Cinematic blur combines that depth information with high image quality and high dynamic range. So for the first time, you can shoot cinema-like videos with a beautifully shallow depth of field. Tensor G2 powers lots of other video improvements too, like the new 10-bit HDR. So you can record brighter videos with wider color ranges and higher contrast. With 10-bit HDR, your videos look more like real life and utilize the full capabilities of Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro's amazing display. We've even partnered with Snap, TikTok, and YouTube, so your HDR videos look vibrant when shared on your favorite apps. And here's a challenge you've probably run into: getting those smooth video shots without any fancy equipment. With our highest quality video stabilization technology, Tensor G2 brings together hardware and software to help you get pro-looking videos that capture the moment and not your movement. The autofocus is better too, so your subject stays in focus while on the move. Lastly, we're extending our speech enhancement and 4K 60 frames per second across all Pixel 7 cameras, so you can be heard clearly without the background noise and record the moment in brilliant high resolution. With cinematic blur, 10-bit HDR, video stabilization, and improvements to autofocus and speech enhancement, your videos will look better, sound clearer, and feel more professional anywhere you choose to post them. Now let's move on to a common problem for smartphone photography: zoom. And here's Alex to give you an up-close look at our zoom technology.
Pro photographers have different zoom lenses to make small objects feel life-size, or faraway objects feel within reach. These are some of the last frontiers of smartphone photography, where phones haven't been able to truly replicate the quality of a DSLR. Historically, packing professional quality zoom into a smartphone hasn't been possible. It was a physics challenge of fitting large optics into just a few millimeters of space. Last year with Pixel 6 Pro, we introduced a folded telephoto camera that fits right in the Pixel camera bar. The result was stunning photos at 4x optical zoom. But zoom photos should look great at a range of distances, not just at the telephoto's optical zoom. You should be able to get a sharp photo at any magnification. With Google Tensor G2, Pixel 7 Pro pushes computational photography to new heights with Pixel's pro-level zoom. It cleverly combines state-of-the-art hardware, software, and machine learning to create amazing zoom photos across any magnification. This shot came from someone on our Tensor team who's not a professional photographer. Obviously, she didn't want to get too close to an apex predator, and with Pixel 7 Pro, she got this beautiful, pro-level image from a safe distance. Pixel 7 Pro has the highest quality zoom on a Pixel ever, across the entire zoom range. It's like having the power of a DSLR and all the lenses you'd ever need, but it's easy enough for everyone to use. And it fits right in your pocket. Let's get into how it works. To start, we know photographers love taking photos at 2x because it's the most similar to their natural perspective. Now, you could add another camera with a 2x telephoto lens, but that means a bulkier phone. Pixel 7 Pro can do better, increasing zoom magnification without the added bulk. Super Res Zoom has delivered amazing zoom photos since Pixel 3. And this year, we've re-engineered it to go even further with higher resolution images. Our next generation Super Res Zoom allows us to roughly double the magnification of our optical lenses. So, starting at 2x, Super Res Zoom crops Pixel 7 Pro's main 50 megapixel camera using a high resolution mode to provide a 12.5 megapixel image. Now, it has more resolution than before, but the smaller pixels are also noisier. To fix those smaller and noisier pixels, it remosaics the image into a traditional Bayer format, so our imaging pipeline can denoise it through HDR plus bracketing, which aligns and merges a burst of frames, giving you high resolution and low noise. The result is a full 12.5 megapixel photo at 2x. That looks stunning and similar to what you would get from a dedicated 2x telephoto camera. And because both phones share the same large main sensor, you can get this high quality 2x shot on both Pixel 7 Pro and Pixel 7. Okay, so what if you want to zoom in just a little more, but not all the way to the optical zoom? That's no problem with Pro level zoom. Keep zooming on your Pixel 7 Pro, and Super Res Zoom takes a photo from both the telephoto and the main camera. Then, a new ML model on Tensor G2 aligns and fuses these together to create a composite that's as sharp as possible. So you get great zoom quality, even between the two cameras. As you keep pinching to zoom, Pixel 7 Pro's upgraded 5x telephoto camera kicks in. And Tensor G2 powers a new ML autofocus algorithm that ensures your photos are sharp and detailed. Now, here's my favorite bit of tech. Pinch to zoom into 10x, and Super Res Zoom performs the same process it does at 2x to create a full 12 megapixel photo that's similar to a dedicated 10x telephoto camera. So with Super Res Zoom on Pixel 7 Pro, you don't just get one telephoto camera. You get a 2x, a 5x, and a 10x, helping you capture amazing photos across a variety of magnifications. No DSLR or external lenses required. As you zoom in even more, hand motion starts to become an issue. At 15x zoom, even small movements translate into jarring changes in the viewfinder, and this can make composition really hard. Pixel 7 Pro zoom stabilization keeps your camera steady when zooming past 15x. It identifies the subject in the viewfinder, then stabilizes the camera on it, even if your hands are drifting or shaking. That makes it easier to zoom in even further. At 20x, Pro-level zoom uses a new ML model on Tensor G2 that upscales your photos to provide even more resolution. So now, you'll be able to take amazing, detailed photos all the way up to 30x, the largest zoom magnification ever on a Pixel. And it couldn't be easier. Just pinch in the viewfinder, and your Pixel 7 Pro takes care of the rest, with the highest quality zoom at any range on a Pixel. But what if you want to get up close? Like, really close. Pixel 7 Pro's new ultra-wide lens is 21% wider than Pixel 7's, and it now has autofocus, which powers our new macro focus. So now you can get vivid close-ups of objects as close as 3 centimeters away with Pixel's signature HDR+ quality. Now, that's close enough to photograph raindrops, individual flower petals, grains of pollen, and the most minute details of what makes us, us, in full sharpness and vibrant color. It's a great way to make magnificent shots from the everyday, showing that even the smallest details matter. With the combination of macro focus and our next generation Super Res Zoom, Pixel 7 Pro delivers gorgeous, detailed photos at 0.5x, at 30x, and everywhere in between. Back over to you, Brian.
So that's Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro, the only phones with Google Tensor G2. So they're the best phones for photography, from sharpening your photos to getting you in closer, to letting you shoot cinema quality video and accurately reflecting every shade of skin. They're the best phones for calling with Pixel Call Assist. They're the best phones for voice assistant with Live Translate and assistant voice typing. And they're our most secure and private phones yet, with Tensor G2, Titan M2, the new VPN by Google One, and so many other protections built in. Pixel 7 is engineered to understand you and your world, putting Google's personalized intelligence right in your hand. Pixel 7 Pro is Google's most powerful phone. It brings serious performance and an upgraded telephoto lens with the highest quality zoom on a smartphone yet. Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro are the pinnacles of Pixel helpfulness, and we're making them available to even more users in more places. They're available for pre-order starting today and on shelf next week. We want people to give Pixel a try. So while phones in this tier typically start at $799, we're starting the price at just $599. The Pixel 7 Pro starts at $899, much lower than other flagship devices. And we have some great offers from Google and our carrier partners. Here in the US, you can get a Pixel 7 Pro with up to $899 back with an eligible trade-in. And if you're looking for the ultimate companion to Pixel